I would definitely say that that working with America Reads has helped me uh, sort of work on engaging with people of a different age from a different place than myself. Getting into the program in the first place was mainly because I feel very strongly about like well, I feel very strongly that first it's not like an educational relationship, a productive relationship with another person is not intuitive. It doesn't just like happen instantly, and it's a difficult thing to develop. And I also believe that that's like a relationship or a skill that takes a lot of practice, and that's like incredibly important, just like in everyday interacting with people, like just knowing how to sit down with another person who is much older than you or much younger than you, potentially has a very different perspective in many ways from your own. Being able to sit down with that person and show them how to do something that you feel you can show them how to do and they are seeking to do. Being able to sit down with that person and do it in like a respectful and like useful way is like super important and hard. Well, my name is Jackson Evans. I am the site coordinator for America Reads at Eastwood Elementary School.
My name is Sydney Spiro. I'm a junior, and I work in Mrs. Padilla's kindergarten classroom at Eastwood as a one-on-one tutor and also a classroom aide.
My name is Midori. I am the site leader for Head Start. So I tutor there at Head Start in a preschool classroom, and also at Eastwood in a kindergarten classroom.
Sometimes when we're there, all we're doing basically is playing with the kids and kind of acting as like, don't touch that, stop hitting her, come over here and read this book with me type of thing. But it allows Mrs. Padilla to do the 8,000 things on her to-do list that she can't do when she's the one also being in charge of the kids.
When I'm in the classroom and I see like the teacher is like off busy like facilitating the whole classroom and managing things, and I get to have like this little like one-on-one conversation where like I'm actually engaging with the kids and like, I don't know, talking to them, asking them questions, knowing that that wouldn't happen if I wasn't there. It does make me feel like I'm having like a real effect, on the kids.
Absolutely, America Reads has made a huge impact. Even if it's just, forging a bond with these kids, I think the tutors are a really positive force in Mrs. Padilla's room. I see America Reads tutors all over Eastwood, not just in kindergarten. On the very basic level, they're making an impact on the kids' reading and academics, and then on another level, they're making an impact on the kids' social lives.
After being in tutoring for like a couple years, you like can't help but see faces around town. Or
Every day that I go into Eastwood, somebody says something that I find just like hilarious or like incredibly like not a thing that a friend at Oberlin would say. Like mainly because these kids are like 10.
There's a little boy in the class who I work with a lot, one-on-one and in a group setting. He's adorable and really sweet, and his home life is not maybe the greatest in the world. And we were practicing his writing, and I asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said a teacher. And it made me so happy because when I first met him, and it hasn't been that long, but when I first met him, he hated school, and he would tell me all the time, and he hated reading, and he hated math, and he hated school, and he hated sitting there, and he hated teachers. And I said, oh, you want to be a teacher now? And he said, like, yeah, like you and Mr. Elliott. So that made me really happy. It's a draw in terms of we don't have an education program. It's a draw in terms of it's been really interesting. I've worked with kids a lot in a lot of different contexts. I've taught swimming lessons, I've babysat, I've nannied. But this is my first time really seeing like all the ins and outs of a classroom. So much of what goes on is behind the scenes, standing at the copy machine for half an hour making copies of worksheets for the kids, and doing the testing, and I think it's not everyone realizes that, and so I think America Reads provides a pretty unique opportunity that we are sort of seeing everything that goes on.
I think I was always like thought that education was a value for me, just from like my parents and like the schools that I went to growing up. But getting the experience in the classroom, having all those like personal relationships form, I think made it like a lot more important to me. I feel like being a part of America Reads has made a big impact in terms of just feeling more connected to the community, and also just feeling like I am involved in something other than myself and my work, and like actually giving back and putting good in the world. And